It left Monday Mingles come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song and left Monday Mingles on.
Hey everybody, here we are for Monday Mingle, November 9th. I've had a lot of emails and even some tweets about, am I going to wear the fro? Because I said I can't be all that dynamic this week. There's no questions that really lend themselves to dancing or singing. And yes, I do, to answer the questions that have been there, I do need an excuse to do that, and I do need an excuse to wear the fro. And I just don't have one. So we're going to move on, and you're going to have to deal with just plain old me. And hopefully that's going to be enough. So as you know, with Monday Mingle, we answer 5 questions from Jennifer at 80 Mile Per Hour Mom, and we're going to get started. So first question, what actor or singer did you have a crush on growing up? And, at first I was like, I didn't really have any. But then I thought to myself, bam, Daisy Duke. How could you not have a crush on Daisy Duke? The shorts and the legs and whew, and the face and everything in between, gorgeous. And the southern drawl, maybe that's what brought me to Texas, subconsciously or something. Although I have not seen anyone like her down here. I do see a number of women trying to jam into her shorts unsuccessfully, but nothing to really keep that memory alive, so we'll just keep that picture up. Next would be her, Wonder Woman. How can you go wrong with Star-Spangled Skivvies? I'm still trying to get Heather to do that kind of get up, the wristbands and the rope, invisible jet. I'll let the jet go, but still working on that costume. Next would be I Dream of Jeannie. I don't know her name, but I know she was a little hottie back then. They were doing reruns by the time I was a kid, but I know why. Any woman who grant wishes and all that kind of stuff, awesome. Phoebe Cates, find a full-blooded American male who has not seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High or been touched by its message. Phoebe Cates. As far as singers go, you know what that is? Stevie Nicks. Gorgeous. Look how cute that picture is. Incredible singer, sultry voice. I love it. So that'd be a crush. Keeping along with music, Jennifer Beals. Not Beal, not Jennifer Beal. Jennifer Beals. Actress in Flashdance. I don't know if it was the leggings or the fast running or the waters cascading down or a whole mix of it all. But for sure, at 10 years old, there was nothing better. Then we have her, Farrah Fawcett. I know all of you, God rest her soul, have heard of Farrah Fawcett. Who didn't have a crush on her? I did have a couple posters. I think my dad stole them. And then last but not least, the crush that probably no adolescent boy or frog, could do without. Miss Piggy. So there you go. There's my crushes, at least some of them. Now, granted, my growing up phase has not ended, as my wife will tell you. I'm kind of trapped in adolescence, so there's probably hundreds more, but we don't have time for all that because YouTube requires us to be under 10 minutes. So question number 2, how did you meet your husband or boyfriend? Ooh, someone's after some controversy. Let me clear something up. When I say that I'm a man's man, I don't mean that in a literal sense. Not that there's anything wrong with that, to get all Seinfeld on you. But when I say I'm a man's man, I mean, I could hang with the boys. I could drink beer if I liked it. I could hunt if I liked it. I could fix a car. Okay, I couldn't do that. I could stand there and watch them fix a car. And I could talk cars, hey, those are nice tires or something like that. But when I say I'm a man's man, I'm a woman's man. One woman man. My wife, Heather. As far as how we met in an airport. Our flight was canceled. We had to re-ticket. We were like 15 people separated from each other when we got our tickets. We watched basketball for like 4 hours because we had a delay. And as it turned out, even though we got our tickets 15 or so people away from each other, we were seated next to each other. That's fate and a sign you can't ignore. Plus, she's drop dead gorgeous and doesn't realize how gorgeous she is. Sorry, let's make sure I'm still recording, which I feel blessed. She's my soulmate, couldn't imagine myself with anybody else, and I love her. And if she's watching, and if she can't catch it, you may as well. Okay, next question is, if you could time travel to the past or the future, which would it be and why? I actually came up with this question. This is my submission, so everybody better love this question. And I ultimately decided I would go to the past. And the reason I'd go to the past is because I'd want to make a couple stops. One of which would be Bell Vernon Drive when I was 8 years old, and Doug Markham, my only experience ever, my one and only experience ever with a bully who came out and whipped my legs with a speaker wire until they welted up. I know. Isn't that sad? And it hurt. That was my only bully experience, though. He never bothered me again after that. Who knows? But I'd go back, as long as I could go back as I am now, because I want to see little Dougie Markham with his speaker wire trying to do it to a 6'7", 235-pound guy with size 15s who's got one, ready for his hiney. So, and then the next stop I'd want to make is to my grandfather and grandmother when they were still alive, and I would want to thank them for being the rock that this family is built upon. All my aunts and uncles. We don't have any crazy cousin, uncle, aunt, or otherwise that nobody wants to see at the holidays. We are very close, and if anybody needs anything, the whole family is there, and the holidays are spent together. We have family reunions, and it's a treasured time. And I know it's because of them, but you never really respect that or appreciate that when you're a child. So I'd want to go back and thank them for being the foundation that we're built on. Okay, the next question is, have you seen any good movies lately? Which ones are worth seeing? No kiddie movies. I got an 18-month-old, an 8-year-old, and a 14-year-old. All I have around me are kiddie movies. The last movie we went to was WALL-E, and I watched it in the hallway. Okay, and before that it was like Jurassic Park 3. I mean, we don't get to the movies. I watch a lot of reruns, and I have Netflix, and I've got a huge collection of movies, but I really couldn't recommend any to you, except for that. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Check it out. Last movie I saw that I loved was Heartbreak Kid. It's a remake with Ben Stiller. I thought it's hilarious. So that's the best I can recommend. Fifth and last question, what are your plans for Thanksgiving? Here's what I love about Thanksgiving. Originally, I thought I was going to have to spend it by myself because my wife is still in New York helping her mom after surgery because her mom won't help herself after surgery. So I was going to be all by myself. Even my 14-year-old was going to be gone. So I thought I would donate my time, volunteer at a soup kitchen, help the homeless, serve turkey, drive turkeys for Meals and Wheels or whatever. Nobody wanted me. I was rejected by the homeless, as you can read about in my blog. So I was going to be all alone. I did have some invites from wonderful bloggers from all around the country, Vancouver, Montana, California, Florida, Dallas, Fort Worth, actually, which probably could have been doable, but even Hawaii. But, if I could get to all those places, I'd be in New York. But as it turns out, I will be in New York after all. I found a one-way ticket for $78. We're not broke by any stretch, but I don't like paying $600 for a plane ticket. I think it's robbery because the week after, it's like $200. So they're really just putting the screws to us because it's the holidays. But $78 I can get up there. My wife's going to pick me up with my 2 babies, and then we're going to drive home to Texas by way of North Carolina and Tennessee and see lots of stops because we're going to stop 4 times and kind of make it a nice trip. So it's going to be awesome. And if there's one thing I'll be thankful for this Thanksgiving, it's that I get to spend it with my family because I miss them terribly. All right, I think that'll do it for Monday Mingle. Again, I'm sorry I didn't have props, and I'm sorry I didn't have, dancing and music here. All right, good. All right, I've got it. Okay. Oh, there. All right. Happy? Satisfied? Awesome. So I will see you next Monday for Monday Mingle. I promise I'm going to bring it next time. It's just I'm very busy. I do a lot of pro bono work as well as the work I have to do to keep the lights on in here. And it kind of got away from me. Plus, I'm doing a McDonald Land mockumentary that you're all going to love. I'm really putting a lot of work into that. So that's it. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next week.